Breaking news from Mirth Matters News. In a shocking turn of events, a highly touted miracle cure for a common medical condition has instead led to an epidemic of unexpected deaths across the country. The story begins just a few months ago. Back in April, Dr. Archibald Quackenbush, a little-known but now infamous naturopathic physician operating out of a strip mall in Nowhere, Nebraska, unveiled what he claimed was a revolutionary breakthrough in the treatment of Luminous Legs Syndrome, LLS. LLS is a frustrating condition that causes the afflicted patient to view their legs luminously at night, often disrupting sleep. While not life-threatening, it can have a significant impact on quality of life. I stumbled upon this miracle cure completely by accident, Dr. Quackenbush excitedly told reporters at a press conference. I was experimenting with various herbal remedies, as one does, when I discovered the perfect combination of ingredients that eliminates LLS symptoms permanently. No more sleepless nights, just sweet, blissful relief. The key ingredient in Dr. Quackenbush's Ignore You Legs formula, as he called it, was a rare herb known as somnambulambra, harvested from the remote jungles of Fredonia. According to the good doctor, somnambulambra contained powerful natural compounds that could reset the neurological pathways responsible for LLS. It's like rebooting your computer. Once you take Ignore You Legs, your legs will simply forget how to be luminous, Quackenbush proclaimed. The results are nothing short of miraculous. I guarantee you'll experience complete and total relief from your LLS, or your money back, eventually. The claim seemed almost too good to be true, but after conducting a small clinical trial with a group of LLS patients, Dr. Quackenbush presented the data, which showed a 100% success rate. Patients reported their LLS symptoms vanishing within 30 minutes of taking the supplement, with the effects lasting for weeks or even months. Naturally, the medical community was highly skeptical. This miracle cure is nothing more than snake oil, said Dr. Horatio Kane, a prominent neurologist. There's absolutely no scientific evidence to support the efficacy of this so-called Ignore You Legs formula. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out to be little more than ground-up leaves and herbs, sold at an exorbitant price to desperate patients. However, the bold claims and impressive trial results were enough to pique the interest of the general public. Within a week of the press conference, Dr. Quackenbush's modest website was flooded with orders, and his small batch production facility was quickly overwhelmed. He hastily ramped up manufacturing, recruiting a network of independent distributors to help meet the surging demand. Soon, Ignore You Legs supplements were flying off the shelves of vitamin shops, pharmacies, and health food stores across the country. Testimonials poured in from delighted customers, praising the product's miraculous effects. Even some skeptical doctors admitted to trying it themselves, with equally positive results. I'll be darned, it actually works, Dr. Kane reluctantly conceded a month later. I'm as shocked as anyone, but I have to hand it to Quackenbush. He may have stumbled upon something genuinely effective, at least for treating LLS. Of course, we still need to do extensive clinical trials to fully understand the mechanisms and long-term safety. Despite the lingering doubts from the medical establishment, Ignore You Legs was quickly becoming a national phenomenon. Sales skyrocketed, and Dr. Quackenbush was making millions. He became a ubiquitous presence on TV infomercials and talk shows, touting the wonders of his miracle cure. I'm just so thrilled that we're finally able to bring relief to the millions of Americans suffering from this debilitating condition, Quackenbush beamed. Our mission is to make Ignore You Legs available to everyone who needs it. No more sleepless nights, just pure, blissful relaxation. It's truly a dream come true. But then, the unthinkable happened. Just 2 months after the initial launch, reports began to surface of Ignore You Legs customers suddenly dropping dead, often within hours of taking the supplement. The first victims seemed to be isolated incidents, written off as coincidences or underlying health conditions. But as the body count rose, a pattern emerged. All of the deceased had been regular users of Ignore You Legs. Alarm bells started ringing, and the FDA quickly launched an investigation. Samples of the formula were analyzed, and the results were nothing short of horrifying. In addition to the advertised herbal ingredients, the supplements were found to contain dangerously high levels of a potent neurotoxin called somnambuline. Somnambuline is a naturally occurring compound found in the somnambulambra plant, but in its pure, concentrated form, it is an extremely powerful sedative that can cause respiratory failure and cardiac arrest in high doses. It appears that in his haste to ramp up production, Dr. Quackenbush had failed to properly purify and standardize the somnambulambra extract, leading to lethal levels of the toxin in the final Ignore You Legs product. "This is an unmitigated disaster," said Dr. Kane, now leading the medical investigation. "Thousands of people have likely been poisoned by this miracle cure. We're dealing with a public health crisis of epic proportions." As the shocking news spread, panic ensued. Ignore You Legs customers across the country rushed to dispose of their remaining supplements, while stores pulled the product from their shelves. The once vaunted miracle cure had become a deadly nightmare. Dr. Quackenbush, who had been basking in the glow of his sudden success, was now in hiding, presumably fearing legal action and possible criminal charges. His website and social media accounts went dark, and attempts to reach him for comment were unsuccessful. The FDA issued an immediate recall of all Ignore You Legs products, warning the public to cease using the supplement immediately and seek medical attention if they had experienced any adverse effects. Hospitals were quickly overwhelmed with patients exhibiting symptoms of somnambuline poisoning, including respiratory distress, irregular heartbeat, and loss of consciousness. "This is an absolute tragedy, and we're doing everything in our power to save as many lives as possible," said Dr. Kane. "But the reality is, some people have likely already succumbed to the effects of this deadly toxin. Our message to the public is clear: do not take Ignore You Legs under any circumstances. This product is extremely dangerous and potentially fatal." As the full scale of the crisis became apparent, the media descended upon the story, breathlessly covering every development. Talk show hosts, news anchors, and social media influencers alike expressed equal parts shock, outrage, and morbid fascination. "Can you believe the nerve of this snake oil salesman, peddling his miracle cure, and then killing God knows how many innocent people?" fumed one cable news pundit. "We've got to throw the book at this Quackenbush character. He deserves to rot in prison for the rest of his miserable life." Others took a more light-hearted approach, making dark jokes about the situation, front for his shady supplement business. Furthermore, evidence emerged that Quackenbush had knowingly and deliberately spiked Ignore You Legs formula with the deadly somnambuline toxin in a cynical attempt to boost its potency and create an even more miraculous effect. He had apparently cut corners during the manufacturing process, neglecting to properly test and validate the safety of the product. It's a sobering reminder that in the world of health and wellness, consumers must be vigilant, and that even the most miraculous cures should be viewed with a healthy dose of skepticism. The Ignore You Legs tragedy has shaken the nation to its core, and its reverberations will be felt for years to come. As the investigation continues and the legal proceedings unfold, one thing is certain: Dr. Archibald Quackenbush will forever be remembered as the man who promised a dream miracle cure for ills, but instead delivered a deadly nightmare.